won't let it come through as a decider. FaZe played twice, win and a loss, both over Astralis and under him apparently. And yeah, Rare Atom go for a Dust2 pick, and aim is Paradise, and they certainly have aimers, there's no doubt about it. But man, you look at FaZe, you're meant to be saying, of course, these guys have aimers too. It's not just experience for a roster like FaZe, it's about some incredibly talented players. So they better showcase it today. They can rewrite this ship. They can get rid of my Warriometer.
Well, I'm assuming that FaZe picking a Dust also because Rare Atom looked really flat on it yesterday. But hang on a sec, here we are. No, yeah,
Rare Atom picked Dust, I thought.
No, Rare Atom picked Ancient.
My bad. Well, didn't go well for them on the pistol. Full charge B, FaZe were all there.
You know, this makes sense, I think, for Rare Atom. It's their most played map, hands down. They've tried to play it in every series they played thus far in Bucharest. Beat VP on it. Lost to G2 here.
Yeah. G2 made quick work of them. I didn't see the game. We were casting, I think, at the same time, but...
yeah, 16-7, 16-5?
Yeah, two single-digit maps like that. So... Well, not 16-7.
Yeah, 30. Why did I do that?
Old habits die hard. We gave them a few bows.
Sorry, I haven't played much since it changed to the new...
That's a good... No, don't say that. That's not true. That's not
insane.
True. Harry's on FaZe it every day.
Saying that.
No. We're on FaZe it every day, Harry. Just fragging.
Oh, interesting maneuver, but it's not in vain. Roki was traded. Summer, though. You've seen this guy. You know what he's capable of, Hugo.
A 1v5 against VP for starters.
Exactly. What map were we on when he did that?
Enchant.
Exactly. This is Summer's home. Not a summer home. There's no vacation here. This is straight business from Summer. He's going to have the bomb plant locked in and the 1v2 rolled out in front of him. It's raining Carrigan. Duo as old as time itself. And he should just be dead.
Yes.
Oh.
Clean.
Hey, was yapping again? No one was talking, bro.
You were still talking for me, bro.
That's brain.
Banter coming in, guys. Don't worry. FaZe in good spirits. FaZe with 2 rounds. Bomb plant damage, though.
On it does look very sideways. Like tilt.
Shot. She's not Luke Halsey, don't worry. Is the buy just because they got the damage. I like it. It's 3 AKs, no nade. 2 players to supplement that. Just trying to contain FaZe with double mollies on ramp.
I really want Frozen to have a good series today.
Yeah.
And just kind of, not even just in this one series, just a good year. I'd take a good year from Frozen. Give me a good year. Because...
That was meant to be the...
Exactly. That was supposed to be like the taking his career to the next level, linking back up with Carrigan. It was meant to be the start of something special, and it never happened. Frozen didn't really get the good times, only the soul-crushing defeats. And like, you can't actually tell me that somehow Brolin is the GOAT of like that, the Mao's team now.
Team damage, Brokey makes up for it.
He's come out laughing from all the moves.
True, right? Robs to FaZe and then Frozen so late. By the time he joins, FaZe are like 2nd place merchants. Grand final's still nice, but it's not winning. And that's what this team was built to do, win. Can FaZe stick the landing today and solidify themselves 2-1 in the Swiss stage? A team that, let's be realistic, is a shoo-in for playoffs, but I think the question is, can FaZe run through this tournament and win it all to give themselves a much-needed boost of confidence that this change is working, that Elite is slotting in, that people are getting more comfortable.
That was exactly how Mouse's kind of, you know, post-change year started.
Yeah, they won Cluj, and suddenly it's like, oh wow, okay, this actually this works.
And then they carried that confidence with them in the following events, at EPL making it to the finals there again.
Lisbon as well.
And in Lisbon.
Yeah, you need evidence that what you're doing is working, and I think FaZe have struggled to find that so far, even though they made playoffs. They want more than that, don't they? Had some pretty poor maps for them this year. So, eyes on FaZe to connect this game. Rain hits his, a dink on Lee Hang. But there's that B rush.
Hard to hang with Lee Hang.
Heard that actually. Oh, big nade. Well, he stepped it though. He stepped through it. So he gets only on one. If he just threw it normally.
Kaze's found Carrigan in the downtime.
Saving. If he didn't step throw it, that would have killed him. It's a shame. Rare Atom are on the board. Didn't wait too long. Walking through that B doors smoke.
All right, Brokey managing the money.
In the smoke, Elige very risky. Whisker on round him. Carrigan frozen. Clean headshot on the AK, and now Elige can play. Just shoot them in middle. One player is out. Is the realization in? Behind the box sits Summer. Elige actually looking at that position. Got a wall bang. That's sick for Elige. I don't know if it's a read or a call maybe from Frozen, but he spammed him through the box. Did a lot of damage, and then they came in over the top to finish him off. Right now, FaZe are playing pretty fluid off of each other on this CT side.
Dude, you know, I can't help but feel like I'm a fan of Rare Atom, and I want to see these guys do well. But also,
it's FaZe.
I would love for FaZe to just show up here and dominate the series and like show us something, you know, like that they can. That's a possibility. That things don't have to get weird or long-winded. That they could just close this out, as they kind of should, just from the names on both sides of the server. And thus far, I wouldn't say they're disappointing me. A 4-1 lead, sure, they fell down in like the round prior to last thanks to those entries out through the ramp and like a kind of awkward retake setup with a misnade on the planter. Fine, they played the long game, they kept players alive, they instantly win the next round. Now they're in a position to break the money of Rare Atom. I like it. I like what we're getting out of FaZe. Let's see, if they win this, they're really onto a heater. That'd be 5-1 up with broken money on this T side.
But this is good. Brokey with a setup for Rain. Might clear Rain with a Molotov. Elige in middle.
Hang on, wait. How is somebody pushed through the main smoke?
Oh,
somebody just collected the kill from main by running through their smoke, getting in behind Frozen, who was helping out in middle, and the other CT player now, Elige, coming in into a lost site. Somebody has saved Rare Atom in this round.
That's insane. It's not like they had the info. Oh, they're 2 mid, 2B. They had no info to make that play. He just goes through. Really nice move. FaZe are quick to save in these scenarios we've seen. Did it in their previous lost round. They're not going to risk throwing away guns. Want to keep their economy in good standing, but Summer is here to try and stop that. An exit towards T-spawn is disallowed.
It's a pretty rough way to have to learn the lesson. Like, you know, if you're frozen there, you're going, okay, they're not afraid to walk the main smoke. Like, noted, but it's an expensive way to go and learn that lesson, right? Yeah. I think it's unexpected that Rare Atom do something like that so early in the game. It's not like there was a lot of conditioning. That round still felt like it was in the early stages of opening, with only cave control being taken, and there was a smoke down in main, and he just insta-walks it. It's not like they've built up a bit of an understanding of how each side is going to play that main position. He's done it early on. So now that also bogs Frozen down a bit more. He might have to just be wary of that throughout the entirety of the CT half. But a nice move from somebody seals the deal. Legions very animated.
Yeah, it's always animated. In any fight, I always want the Elite replay. He's like, it's like he's piloting a jet, you know? I can see the G's. He's like,
yeah.
This little trick's gonna cost us 81 rounds. So, Rare Atom are in. They've won 2 important rounds to keep FaZe honest in this game, and this round would put FaZe on eco. So they've got to follow up here, or this would be another wasted opportunity. Let's try to push the ramp, they get mollied out. Rain's still keen, looking for fights, won't hang around. Three in B, like they're in the site. This is going to be a bloodbath.
It is a very tight site hold though, isn't it? Like, no real way to trade, and if you lose the first fight, it feels like you start losing all of them. Karrigan's left is the only man, the last bastion of hope at this B site, puts up 3. It's the captain of FaZe to stand and deliver. Reina Liege don't get their job done, but Karrigan bridges the gap, and he's left Frozen and Brokey in with a chance. Lapping around long is Frozen. Quick here. Molly going to force Child King out into the open. That one comes for free. And now Summer back in the cave.
Oh no. He's going to go for that wallbang. You already know he is. Done it before.
They saw what happened at VP. They should have their wits about them here.
Reload, do it again.
One more try at the spam, and Brokey plays through the smoke. Good awareness from Brokey, knowing exactly what was required to win that round.
Yeah, you don't want to like take him on in the spam battle, or you know, get on the bomb during a reload, push him. I don't think FaZe could have played that better. It could double push, but I think you'd rather risk one player to just get on that bomb and hope that the cover is good.
Also, let's go Finn.
Yeah,
that was a great, like, without that, the round is over.
Oh,
they are so cooked.
True, both Cave players get picked. And Karrigan and Cubby, 3 kills on the A4. A1 couldn't do that.
It's been a while now, but, like, my brain just still isn't adjusted to not seeing Rain in Cave. He always was the caveman.
It's been a while.
I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just still feels wrong.
This is claustrophobic. Karrigan behind the site. He could have gone on that day, and he chooses not to. Rain trying to trade him. Making a play with a flashbang, and he nails it again. Dink on the second. Great impact for the captain. Sets his team up for the post plant. Look at that. Crazy move for Summer. Trying to get back in cave as a Liege. Feast with a double kill. That bomb is wide. They can spray it from the site. karze trying to stop the defuse. FaZe have time to play around. More grenades. Elige coming in for a 3rd kill. Denied. The spray gets him off. And Rare Atom might just win this off of random spam. Goes back for another. Gets him again. karze on for the clutch on his own. Brokey. Shot through the smoke. And karze does it all. With no vision, no idea, no need.
That is sick. You don't want the smoke. You don't want the karze smoke. Look at this.
He's just running the whole time.
But it goes back.
This one as well. Ugh.
Here's the thing, does he have infinite ammo or something? How?
So many bullets.
Just mag dumping.
Thought they'd thrown that, bro. Like, it's good trading out of FaZe, and then Summer getting caught knife out running cave. Like, unreal round for Kaze to win. Wouldn't have done that with the AWP, I'll say that much. A pick for a Legion middle. He's had great impact in this map already, but this is not a round to win.
The award for Smoke of the Year does not go to Lee Hang. And it might end up costing them dearly. It left a gap open over towards Donut. His teammate died as a result. Now FaZe are armed. They're begging, please, somebody save us. And this guy steps into the ring. First kill connects. Brokey stick in the defuse. Now it's a 10-second stick. Somebody calling his bluff, but counting down. Will still fall. No. There isn't time for the defuse. Brokey, that's a damn good attempt, but falling just shy of the mark on the full eco of FaZe Clan. Still, it's a boatload of damage done. Everyone in the server dies. God, an expensive way to win the round if you're Rare Atom.
If you're FaZe, a full eco, man. What a try. What a try. Brokey, I mean, couldn't have done anything better there. Had to get off the bomb, got repeat. Very scary situation, and not just the view models.
Bro, Carrigan's looking cracked in this game, by the way. I think he's about to top frag. I'm calling that now.
It's not really a good sign if he top frags. Like, you want a Legion.
No, but like also, I wouldn't say anyone else is looking like bad. I'm just saying he's looking really switched on. Like, you can tell when you're watching him. He's really snappy.
Oh, FaZe triple mid. They're pushing B. They're realizing now. Brokey's moving back, but he does have the AWP for this line, and Rare Atom are about to walk into A.
Frozen first point of contact, just playing back in the donut. Somebody graces his crosshair. He's got that advantage already for FaZe. Feels a little less pressure now to hang around, but as Elige now joins him, they will play to contain. It's a good double up from Summer. At least add some intrigue back to the round. Flash leaves Carrigan blind, but it doesn't deter him. He still creeps deep through CT. Rare Atom toy with the idea of going back here. 2 on 3, the slowdown. An eventual change of heart. They'll leave A main and go back to the drawing board on this round. You can see FaZe already fanning out to try and siphon info from the round. It's an MP9 facing in middle. Rain just wanted the spot, and he gets it. Carrigan now moves into the red room to lend a helping hand. They're ready for this mid-fight. Rain takes first contact, and there's Carrigan with the key trade.
Just beautiful, knowing what fights to take if you're FaZe. Rain could have fought them elbow, but he's just jiggling. As soon as he gets the info, plays a safer angle where Carrigan backs him up. Rain has the shadow advantage. He swings off of it, and then Carrigan peeks. It's just really nice trade work for FaZe in that round. Even though it gets a little bit awkward. As Rare Atom find this double. Leech really committing to that spray. FaZe, a full eco near win into a rifle round, and look at what that damage in the pistol did to Rare Atom's economy. They have Tech 9s. Surely no shot. Got to play a little aggressive here. Got to play a grouped hit. FaZe have had this ramp control most rounds. And Carrigan backing it up. I'd like to see him peeking with Rain. Or ready to peek at least, because they're about to explode through this door.
No, I actually like it. It's like they're trading contact, right? If they run at Rain, Carrigan can swing and stop them at ramp. But if they trickle out, Elige faces, Carrigan walks down the ramp, so they have to consider it later. Instead of getting 2 fights straight away on the ramp side. Oh, but that has complicated matters. Child King out through middle. Gun picked up, Frozen gifts one over. Elige decides to play his hand now, but Child King just gets fed another. 2 kills from the guy. Suddenly this round gets a lot more interesting. Rain's got to put some distance between himself and that B doors smoke as it starts to fade. Rare Atom move in. Rain on this side of the map alone as Carrigan's gone back to clear out middle.
Child King needs his kill.
Is he going to get a third? No health all round long, but Child King has not been stopped yet. 3 kills from him. Carrigan arrives now, fresh view model, but no hope.
Oh, everything about that round goes wrong for FaZe, really. Like, Elige chasing, I actually don't hate. I can't believe Child King kills him there, though. He knows the AK's been picked up in middle and it's getting out of control. He doesn't want them to flank red, but Child King just domes him. And the aim of Rare Atom is always so explosive. Showcased yet again. Nice mid-round retake of the B site. Walking late through that door smoke and Rain. Surprised he goes cave, but he doesn't clear second room. If he did, I think he just wins the fight, kills Child King. They could play a slow retake. Instead, backstab, Rare Atom speed up. And that's a Tech 9 round won by Rare Atom. So we're looking at a 6-6 here at the half, unless FaZe do it right back to him.
Back to him.
I knew you were going to say.
Frozen on the line with the 5-7. Convincing shot to open. 5-7 close range in a main. That is threatening.
Click on that thing.
That's exactly what he did. Smoke in the red room. Elige doesn't have vision over middle anymore. And you can tell a lot about how FaZe are reading this round thanks to the flank out of Carrigan, but they're reading it wrong, right? They've lent heavy over towards A. Elige pulls back out of mid-window, goes A site. Rain watches for the red room lurk, and that's because Carrigan pushed all the way through the B doors, through T-spawn, and is now traded places with Rare Atom. The timing on this couldn't have been worse for FaZe Clan. I think it's such an understandable adaptation to have made, to have read this as the play in towards A. Timing's not done them well, not done them any favors. Rain, golden chance to complicate matters though on this smoke push. Gets out with a free kill. 3-on-3 though, the odds still favoring Rare Atom in this post plant.
Don't know how you win this.
No one peeking, no one fighting. Crossfire is held. Elige will open. Damage done on Akaze. Follow-up kill on Summer. No idea how FaZe have just pulled up and stole that round away.
Okay.
It's all good.
It's all good. I don't know. I have no answer for you. They have nothing to play with. They have pistols, MP9, no kit, no nades. Rare Atom flash and peek. They don't choose to peek. I don't even think that's the reason they lose. They're trading contact. That player on default gets dinked through the wall. Ramp player just gets obliterated. I was just about to credit Rare Atom on how I'm really liking how they take B lane so late. It's like beckoning FaZe in to make these gambles and go play the A site and re-clear middle. And they keep getting B bomb plants, but that's a crazy post plant to lose. A lot of, to be honest, a lot more winnable rounds in that half for Rare Atom that they didn't pull through. But 5's enough. Tense game still. Rare Atom putting up a fight, no doubt about it. FaZe are having to really go for these rounds. Yeah, it's an ugly spray from Child King. Unreal.
I think FaZe would have felt a little bit underwhelmed if they didn't win out this half, so managing to scrape through with 7 is real nice, especially when they play that final round on the eco now. Starting off with the T-side pistol, they'll trade contact over towards Heaven.
Bomb A.
That bomb gets out for free. They saw a lot of players jumping up mid, so they're aware of the possibility of fast rotates in through Donut. They should also be cognizant of main as a potential. Li Hang has already started that journey, but he's conversely being flanked by Carrigan, so timing's going to be everything for this fight. Meanwhile, you've got this Donut skirmish taking place. Real estate the Rare Atom will desperately need if they want to launch this retake. Li Hang now has played his hand, and Carrigan has said to the rest of the gang, boys, just give me a sec, I will deal with him. Carrigan collects. Now it's just Child King, and he's picked off from the rest of the pack. FaZe Clan, pistol round secured, as this T-side starts off strong.
Yeah, as soon as they get the info that that's a heaven climb up, just speed it up towards A, where 3 players were clearing main anyway. It's crazy, pistol call for Rare Atom to be boosting up heaven like that and just fighting with 4 players on B lane, but if FaZe were there, it could have been the perfect call. Full eco now. FaZe maintain the lead.
Oh, this feels like it's going to get way closer than it should.
Yeah, it's
Horrible start for Brokey, but nice cleanup for the
they
MAC-10s.
got it.
And so well handled, well contained. Sometimes those rounds get weird when you lose the first fight. It's easy to kind of get caught scrambling. But to make an omelet, they got to break a few eggs. And that's what they're doing.
Apparently this shell is very good for you. Full of vitamin D.
Oh yeah, the shell's the best bit. I get rid of the horrible goo in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. They say feed the shell to dogs. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. You feed the eggshell to your dogs, apparently.
Yeah, they do like eggshells, though.
I didn't know that. It's kind of cool.
And it's a very satisfying crunch when a dog eats an eggshell. Now, Kinder Egg. Don't give that to a dog.
Don't give that to a dog, no. All right, if FaZe win this round, we're looking at a pretty clean game, all things considered. If they don't, then it's on.
Is Brokey the eggshell, or is he the dog? Let's find out. He's both. Because they win the round,
Okay, yeah.
but he dies.
The metaphor fell apart there.
Yeah, it
pretty
did
quick.
fall apart.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're the pigeon, sometimes you're the statue, Hugo.
Yeah, I like that one.
Right now, FaZe the statue. No, FaZe the pigeon. Rare Atom is the statue.
Okay, understood.
They're shitting on them. That's what I only just thought of that.
Implication
Yeah.
was there,
Yeah.
but just thought, yeah.
I only thought of the connection just now.
Just clarify, you know, it's good to clarify.
Kaze and Child King trying to save, but trying is the operative word there because Rain's giving a bit of chase. Still, I think he's going to be measured here. Like, maybe he goes swinging in a kick and finds Kaze. But I don't think he's, like, desperate for the kill. Yeah. Gives him that one. It's an upgrade off of the FAMAS and onto the M4. Less than ideal, but still, it's fine. You risked one player. Could have been a 4 surviving round. You still get out of it kind of breaking even on the T side. And they were looking to set themselves up for a lot of success in the future. Rare Atom with a timeout now. Very little time left to address these issues. 10-5 is the score. Money running out for the Rare Atom squad. Gonna throw a bit of cash into this one because of those 2 saved guns. They're able to drop over some SMGs, get some armor behind it. This is a pretty nice, you know, partial buy as far as they go. Still a chance to do damage here and then get guns out in the next. If you fall short in this round, your next buy at 5-11 is essentially your last buy in the game, your last chance to make the comeback happen.
Yeah, I like that they've still got something to play with here. These rounds are absolutely winnable. Look at how good that investment is, given the stakes. And MP9's terrifying at the best of times. Fast out mid. Oh, and the flash is so good. Still a trade, but Allegia's got it locked in for FaZe. 17-7. Pretty incredible map for Allige so far. And the chance it can get better, he's going to slow down here. Good to see. One criticism levied against Allige has been it's felt like he feels like he's still in coal sometimes. You know, he's going for that extra kill, going that extra step when he doesn't always need to. There's a great example of some poise in the mid round. 4v3. And FaZe, I mean, they're checking T-spawn. Like, Frozen's watching B-ramp and T-spawn in his position, waiting for the kill. Yeah, that's all they wanted. They just wanted the kill. Now they've got info, now they can go. That's awkward. As Allige leaves.
Okay, at least you have the info, but yeah, now it is a trickier round, right? You know where both players are, you know you've got the plant at B, but it is still going to fall to Frozen and Rain. Cook up a hailstorm between the two of them and win this round. Rare Atom trying a 2v4 to keep this CT side going. Rain dead first. Frozen and melted away. The sky's clear and somebody smiles down upon Rare Atom. One more round, one more chance as that must-win CT round comes through.
That's a great example of how strong Rare Atom can shoot in these moments. Clinical second kill. And that was the half buy. The Rare Atom weren't supposed to win, but it's given them a leg up to still make this map possible. Their pick. Orb on short as well. We've not seen the Kaze Orb. Rain finds out the hard way. Dry fight up the ramp.
Worst thing about that death for FaZe is like it just feels so meaningless, right? It's one where you die and Rain just kind of has to go short AWP. And you know he's going to reposition. You know you're not going to see that AWP in the same place again. And you didn't have the chance to trade. Now Allige has provided some much needed levity to this whole situation by opening up a route out through middle. Rest of the team fell in line behind him, but it looks like they're changing their mind on this one.
Yeah, I like this fake. This is classic.
Kind of a more up-tempo version of the previous round, right? They don't have that advantage, so they're not hanging around engaging reactions. They expect that they forced a reposition of the CT side. Last time, there's probably this feeling they slowed down too much. And so this time, they try to get ahead of it. Far quicker tempo on this.
It's a round.
And they'll get into B for free. That one kill, gifting them the site. Allige takes it one step further in the backstab. And sure, he gets found out and dealt with. For somebody in Summer, they are removed from this round. If they're given a kill, they can go for it. And so they're going to give it a look in. This is ballsy. A lot of teams would look to save here.
Yeah.
Especially with, you know, money on the line, game on the line, but risks are taken at scorelines like this. Summer gets the first to entice them. Somebody now in the clutch. 1v2 needed, and Brokey's AWP delivers for FaZe Clan. A much-needed multi-kill there in the close to put a stop to that round.
Dude, yeah, Allige again bailing them out with that kill in middle and then going further to take Red Room. I like that FaZe fake that and then are very decisive. They drop mid. The Cave player hears the mid drop for FaZe. 3 or 4 players falling in. Donut smoke, red smoke. Oh, FaZe are splitting A, surely. And then Rare Atom rotate hard and FaZe go right back into Cave. Clinical entry for Frozen. Brokey to clutch. That's a FaZe round right there. Rare Atom in the mud. 3 in middle. And this force is not ideal. MP9, 5.7, 3 rifles. Good flash to keep FaZe honest in this round, but as the util comes in on mid, FaZe take full control. Again, going for the Red Room. Okay, can't account for that. Allige sniped through the smoke. No way somebody goes for it. This is just outlandish. Can't believe he gets 2. And they even now know where Carrigan is.
Still, you know, you can't sleep on the game that Carrigan's having.
Sure.
He is looking really sharp, and he is in a powerful position right now. The problem they have is the bomb's down in mid. Rain is the guy left to his own devices. There's a lot of experience on these two, though. And if anyone can figure out how to force the hand of Rare Atom, catch them moving about, it's Rain and Carrigan. They've caught that slip down through the ramp. They've brought this into a 2v2, and they continue to play it slow, waiting to see if Rare Atom give them anything else to sweeten the deal here. When that doesn't happen, FaZe are ultimately the ones under the pressure of that clock. One problem for Lee Hang is he's worried about the main push, and he's worried about Heaven. And the guy in Donut, Kaze, not in a position to help him. So that kill picked up for Rain for free, 15 seconds, and he's going to try and run at Kaze, going to try and bring the fight to the last man. Rain cut down, Kaze withstands the 1v1.
Surprised he didn't just get that bomb and run away. Like, I'm pretty sure he has the time to make it be. Maybe he's not certain, he'd rather take the fight, fair enough, but just gives Kaze the advantage to be swinging into that fight. Really important clutch for Kaze to close out that round after FaZe and Carrigan almost pull off a 2v4. Still going, man, we're still going. Very expensive rounds for Rare Atom. They are barely surviving as far as the economy is concerned.
Alige looked a little frustrated in the player cams as well, and I think understandably, right? Smoke spam, but even if you think about his rounds in mid, it must be a kind of weird feeling. He's getting away with a lot, but he's also often that first domino to fall in rounds that get really close. Still, he's going like 2 for 1, so he feels like he has to keep attempting these mid plays. But I think there's been a lot of reasons for him to be frustrated, in spite of the fact he's leading the way for FaZe Clan. You have this 4-spy up for FaZe now. Eyes set on the B play. And honestly, the setup is pretty good for them to be able to get in here. It's only Summer close by to watch the ramp. If they can deal with him quickly and then contain Cave, that would be huge. But that fight takes too long on Summer. Gives time. Oh my God, Brokey! Through the wall is delivered a kill from nowhere, gets it into this 2v2. Alige watching the run up, but hung out to dry. Brokey charged down, and Alige gets pincered.
That's a round where you lose and you go, what the hell are they doing? Like, how can I read that? They're crazy. There's the fact that they run down the bomb there, they jump over Cave, and they just go past Alige on the timing that he checks a flank. Like, you expect a bit more respect. You expected to play standard. That's what a lot of Asian teams have caught teams off guard by doing, just playing very aggressive, playing anti-meta, and it works, especially when you have the aim to back it up. They just jump past Alige, kill the planter, and Alige was low. Brokey had to get that bomb down to actually win the round and fight. He was the guy with health, and now, finally, Rare Atom, fully broken FaZe, onto pistols. Game closing up, second by second. Alige channels the frustration into an entry.
And bro, the thing that's so insane is, like, this is a really legit win. Like, in terms of the kills, it's not close, right? Even the kind of like bottom player of FaZe is close to the top performer of Rare Atom, but they're stalling these rounds out and they're winning them in such a way that FaZe can look good in the kill department. They're not taking them over the line. Alige's impact starting to get stifled. Frozen never really got going. And Rare Atom going from strength to strength, confidence to confidence on this CT side. It's another close round, but it's one that they still walk through the fire and flame and get out unscathed.
All of these rounds coming down to 1v1s, 2v2s, and all of them getting won by Rare Atom. FaZe can brush it off, I think, because of the nature of these rounds, but they need to win now.
It's not like this is a sleepy, confused, underwhelming FaZe Clan. This is a FaZe looking good. Alige top in the charts, close kill distribution on everyone else. Some multi-kill moments, some clutch moments from the rest of the gang. Brokey hitting shots on the AWP. Alige creating space. Rain and Carrigan, dependable. But it hasn't come to matter. Rare Atom, well and truly back in the fold now, as there's 2 rounds between them and FaZe Clan. And this is off it getting kind of wrecked in that first half.
Yeah. Throw on a pistol on top.
Yeah, that was how FaZe got onto double digits.
Just 10-5 up. 3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5. Rain gets his entry. Somebody, I mean, that's crazy. It runs through cave. Li Hang still hits an unbelievable headshot, fading away in the donut. So 4v4. FaZe setting up for an A split. Very cautious about donut, given Li Hang's previous position, but it's fully clear. In fact, so is A. Rare Atom make the move in middle to try and flank this A split. They're a bit slow though. FaZe have already made it in. It's going to have to be a retake. Already Ali just set up with a crucial position to win out this post plant. He falls to Li Hang, who just decides not to die. He knows FaZe are coming back. He's going to go for the big flank instead.
Deciding to give up donut, though, could be a bit of a risk here, right? He's now very, very late on a main lurk, and they don't have smokes to knock out these players that have retreated back into the donut. So you have to clean up these site guys quickly and cleanly. Carrigan dead, still one more concealed. It's Brokey behind default. Frozen goes further forward. Oh my god, and now Brokey's going to bail them out. I don't know.
Like that. I don't like that. I think Frozen just has to bait and play for the round win. I can't believe he goes out into the open, especially considering it's not like Brokey's playing off him. It's not like Brokey's peeking. Brokey's hiding behind the side. They're hunting him down.
Yeah, it felt like Brokey was playing for time in the position where he can't really, but like it made sense if Frozen was also playing for time.
I think they both tuck in as hard as they can. Brokey kills one.
It was
Frozen
a bit like misaligned in the objectives there.
They're both doing different things. If Brokey's peeking, I think that play for Frozen makes a lot more sense, but neither are covering, really.
No, the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing in that moment for FaZe.
Oh, dear. They're getting robbed right now, FaZe. Wasted opportunity after wasted opportunity. Can someone finally finish a bloody round? Frozen starts again, but these have not been the issues. The entries always coming in for FaZe. The sites lost by Rare Atom. The bomb plants gained. Numerous buys. And yet they can't close. There's no excuse now. 5v3. Pistol armor. Can they retrieve these weapons? Will somebody let them? Nades are pulled. Oh my god, Elige.
I mean, I'll say this. You can see the refrag showing off in Elige, right? I play the Ancient course all the time, and it's a lot of these type of fights. God, he looks so snappy and mechanical in mid.
About time, and of course it's a FaZe BS round to come through with a bunch of pistols, popping heads, and they take all their guns as well. Not the round FaZe should be winning, but the round nonetheless.
The Elige refrag money in PayPal just came through for me for the shout out.
Good, yeah, good work. Sponsorship.
Timeout for Rare Atom. I mean, after this comeback, to have it fall down to the pistols, Elige keen double kill on the Deeg in mid, Frozen there lending a helping hand, trying to make up for his shortcomings in the round prior. It is a huge nudge for FaZe Clan, putting them on the finish line. All they've got to do is cross it. And because these rounds on the comeback have been so close and down to the wire, right? You said so yourself, it hasn't been the openers that have let FaZe Clan down, it's the closers. Well, because these have been super tight rounds, even though Rare Atom have won a bunch in a row, their money is in a really bad spot here to try and keep the comeback alive.
Yeah.
I don't know exact numbers. We'll see when we get in game, but I can't imagine it's pretty. They've been finishing. Yeah, there you go. It's 3 MP9s, Deagle, next to no util and 1 M4. This is a rough round to try and finish off your comeback with.
That hurts for Rare Atom. If they're going to lose like this, of course, somebody pushing A main, putting that M4 to use, has found a 5v4. But this is what it's all for now. Rare Atom have to do it on the back foot after such a nice comeback in this game. 10-5 down.
I really like how they've tried to problem solve mid as well, right? Like, Elige have been finding openings here round after round. Okay, we just won't fight Elige. Give him the mid space. Screw it. Like, you still have to deal with the problem later, but you haven't had to pay a man for it. Lihang watching Donut and not being cognizant that they can creep out over towards main is awkward.
That's the game.
Especially when he had a teammate in Donut anyway.
Yeah, they were both sort of tucked.
That's really, really rough here for Rare Atom. It was a cool idea to try and nullify Elige's impact, but in doing so, they forgot about the rest of FaZe Clan.
Yeah, I think that call comes off the back of, hey, we've just cleared A main on the push, so they're not going to be here, and FaZe use that against them. They walk into A main late in the round, and they take him down. FaZe just about close it out, 13-10. It was a bit of a mess in the middle there. A comeback felt like it had legs, but FaZe do finish what they start. They do take Ancient.
Yeah, in what ended up being a very, very close affair. Rare Atom certainly giving them a run for their individuals, a little bit more shining for Rare Atom. And at least they are playing well. You know, they are looking good.
Somebody was just...
yeah, he was a beast.
He was being a bit freaky, wasn't he? He loves a smoke push, this guy. Just walking through donut smoke in mid-rounds. I do enjoy watching that. Like, it's so random, but it feels like it just works out for him so much. Here we go, map 2. FaZe's pick, Rare Atom on CT side Dust. FaZe go straight out long. No one here. Double cat, playing the lower, playing the mid control. And FaZe go for the long cross.
Child King with the spot. Elige up through the ramp, and Frozen makes quick work of him. Frozen was also a child once. Ooh, Carrigan dead at the back. Also a child, goes without saying. Elige and Frozen will combine to swiftly deal with this pistol.
Elige has had enough. He's like, I'm not losing this game, guy. I'm just not going to lose this game. 3 kills on the pistol. This is beyond the pale, okay? FaZe need this game. It's kind of a requirement to get through to the playoff.
And you said, you know, there are times where it feels like Elige still plays like he's playing on complexity. I think it's because there's times where it feels like Elige is still playing on complexity. He does sometimes have to be the one-man army in these games. And he will deliver it. 3 kills in the pistol, 2 from Frozen. Nice to see a strong start from him. Unperturbed by some of the weird moments he gave us on Ancient. Ooh. Yeah. Rain dead. Child King finds him. Interestingly enough, Rain was never a child, actually.
No, born like that?
He just came out like this, and that's how he's been forever.
He's going to look like this forever as well.
That's what happens. If the wind blows, you get stuck like that. Carrigan with the plant.
Must have been a big stalk.
Oh. Child King.
Kill him.
Child King.
Ooh, he almost got one D Frozen, but he recovers the AK for FaZe. All right, Lihang, what are you doing? Hanging on the edge?
Get it?
I do.
Because his name is Lihang.
Hey, you dropped the they can't hang with him like 3 times a map, okay? You can't come for me like that, okay?
What? I don't think I've ever said that. It's good though, I get that too. You can't hang with Lihang.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny.
Terrorists win.
I love the music. And I think everyone else does. honestly, it's kind of quiet to us. I can't even really describe what it is. Here we are, FaZe 2-0. But Rare Atom now coming through with the buy. They've got M4s. They've got that one ugly Galil that no one talks about. But the M4s are what open. Frozen dead first as he tries to play fast out through the long doors. Carrigan gets out through mid. He's got backup. Got his boys in attendance. Carrigan dead now. Can't hang with Lee Hang.
Oh, that's a good one.
Summer on the board. Child King through the smoke. That crown is pint-sized. Ooh, a leash. Needed the double. Now it's just Brokey. Does manage to get past Summer.
Maybe.
Is it?
Oh no, he missed it. He missed the smoke. How did he miss it? It's like the major final all over
hang
again.
on. He's gone away. He's eluded capture for now. Is he their white whale? Is this the white Brokey Summer? 1 kill on the board. 3 more to find. Back turn, they're in the sight with him. Brokey goes looking and Child King gets rid of him. Clutch denied.
Dude, if that smoke bounced like he intended, which was to go back and forth between the doors and just blew him in the doors, maybe. But not only did he put up a wall that let them get out, but then he lost, you know, all control. He's just stuck behind a sight smoke. It is not white Brokey summer, Harry. We are in April. Give it another month or two.
Yeah, you were believing too, but right then you weren't.
That's how that works.
Have a childhood, just a hood. That's rain. Does that make him immune to the wrath of the Child King? Currently down in CT, will be one of the first responders on the scene in this A play. Oh, Carrigan, you dastardly trickster. You sick, twisted man, you walking through the CT smoke. He's going to catch Child King. Looking up at the site, that kill comes from FURIA. Now Kaze is feeling a lot of pressure. Great stuff from Carrigan to open up this site hit. You could see his brain whirring, piecing that together down in mid. With the corridor smokes lobbed in and a bit of ground gained. For Mr. Anderson, FaZe pull up with a round win on the partial investment. Oh! Do it again, Frozen, you won't! And as predicted, he won't.
He doesn't.
No, actually, he might. He might.
He could, but he probably won't. He can just save here. Everyone's happy. Oh,
somebody always wants more.
Wants more.
Somebody always wants more.
Yeah, that's what you get, honestly. That's deserved exit kill for Frozen. Bit greedy, if you ask me.
But there is a mammoth effort right now from Frozen.
Gosh.
8-1. Hell of a game. And if he keeps this up, I don't know, that adds a whole extra layer to FaZe on Dust2. Carrigan and Brokey are all just kind of supporting cast right now to the buddy cop drama that is Frozen and Elige.
Oh, do the Monacy shot, come on. Come on, just keep firing. One of them might hit. Keep trying. Keep trying. Don't stop. You got to reload. Fresh Mac, do it again. Come on. Close. Possibly. All of these could possibly be close.
Oh, I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So what if you took 100% of the shots? That's what somebody's trying to find out, presumably, somewhere. Smoke down over towards short, and FaZe don't move a muscle. Good timing on the aggro for Summer over at the long doors. You feel like he wants to play through this sooner rather than later. Somebody.
Shooting through that smoke, buddy. You're gonna need to. Splitting this B site right now. Oh, or
Wait,
not.
that kill brings him back.
Yeah,
okay, but this is a last
stack.
minute change of direction. Like, this could still get really weird.
Frozen.
The bomb's at least going cat. Carrigan's been smart with it. So not going to fall prey to Kaze down in CT. But that Deagle delivers one more. 2 versus 3. The plant comes in. Carrigan going to get there just in time. Still, they've lost Baroki down in mid. He dies fighting. And so a 2v2, but somebody is so far away. Long doors is the only option open to him. On with the scout. Carrigan tagged up. Something could be happening here. And somebody might be the one to bring it home. 2 kills on Lee Hang already. Tag off of that scout, but not the kill. And so Lee Hang runs for the hills. FaZe, it's awkward, but it's still around.
He was just praying for the body shot to kill him. He was praying he found a low health player there because really wasn't planning to even get in the pit with that kind of peak. So a bit of a shame. A nice try for Lee Hang and somebody.
Terrorists win.
But FaZe keeping up appearances here on this T side. 4-1 lead right now. Have a feeling this could be dominant. We might have to see some more of the rare atom effect, some of that aggression on this CT side. Maybe a mid push. Maybe something to upset the balance of FaZe. They're getting far too much map control. Able to get up cat anytime they want it.
Well, maybe the Kaze AWP can change that. He will be taking the cat spawn on that AWP, but not going aggressive. Instead, just posted on the drop down here. So it's not until they're already up the catwalk that he's going to get to fight them.
This flash.
And even then, with mid taken, he decides to drop on down. So that AWP is super passive. Short control fully belongs to FaZe. The thing that's scary is, like, even though they've had this real estate, they haven't been like throwing the short exec where you get both smokes in, you've mollied, you know, goose, sight, or ramp, or maybe all 3 if you feel really fancy. This is finally, you know, that double short smoke exec coming out from FaZe. This time looking to do something with this short control. Carrigan instead going to drop down into CT, and this has been his prerogative all game long, fighting for this CT control. Somebody wisens up to it though. Still, it puts him in a bit of a rough spot with them also splitting him out through middle. Low HP on Summer, tucked at the car. Lee Hang, a lot of responsibility, and Rain rips it off his shoulders.
What a beautiful exec for FaZe. I mean, the only way you could have made that better is if you had a flash on the mid to B players to throw it into spawn. Obviously, they didn't have a flash available, so it wasn't an option, but Carrigan drew enough distraction that they didn't need a mid to B smoke because somebody's fighting Carrigan, so they just scale off that and get set towards B. Obviously, everything goes right, so it looks perfect. They just kill the backside player. They trade out the CT guy, but they put themselves in really good positions to do so. The cat exec keeps the A player static. The drop from Carrigan draws a CT player, and then you just need the B kill, and that's no problem for FaZe. Really well done. No mid to B smoke needed because of the cat smokes. It's just, yeah, perfect set call for FaZe. Getting out of control now. 5-1 for FaZe. And now they're doing long take. It's going to get worse before it gets better. They do not have the guns to stop this, Rare Atom. No flashes either to pop the corner. Scout pushing top mid. Sure, you can box him in. That's about all you've got. Timing hit by somebody. But shouldn't really be a problem with FaZe out long. Oh! That's not optimal. That's just...
And I really love how Carrigan's been calling outside of, you know, some weirdness, which is allowed. I love that he's thrown a deep variety at Rare Atom. I think that is what they're lacking here on Dust2, is the depth. You know, they'll be feeling what it's like to play up against some of this stuff in an official for the first time. And that's not a good feeling. Just to put some numbers on that for you, Hugo, because I know you like your numbers.
I like a number.
In the last year, right, of play, they've played... Oh, sorry, I phrased this horribly.
Who's they?
Rare
reset.
Rare Atom, that's what this whole speech was about. They're lacking depth.
Yeah.
Rare Atom have played Dust2 less times in the last year than they've played Ancient in the last 3 months.
Okay.
22 times Ancient last 3 months. We saw they had a lot of depth there, great understanding of the things FaZe Clan could do, and that game really closed up. Dust2, they played 16 times in the last year. It's a map they play, but it's far and away from being a comfort or a mainstay of their map pool. And with that comes, you know, also playing it less versus top-tier European opposition. When they play versus EU teams and teams from around the globe, they like to play on their best maps, and Dust2 is not one of them. So yeah, I do think, you know, Carrigan kind of throwing so much at them so quickly. Like, think about these rounds. There hasn't really been a notifiable ebb and flow to it. It's not like they're taking one piece of map control and using that as a staging platform. It is a mixture of these calls from Spawn where they play with a faster tempo, like in the long take rounds, mixed in with just these short execs splitting through mid and catwalk, harassing Rare Atom. No one feels comfortable here, and from that comfort comes the need for aggression, comes the need for info. Rare Atom are trying to be proactive here. This is a nice way to attempt to piece together what FaZe are going to do in this round.
Rain is ratting it, checking that no one's done exactly this, but instead of flanking, Rare Atom leaves Summer and upper, and it frees up everyone else to play the A site. Still a second AWP in middle. And this is a very late play for FaZe. They're faking long as we speak. Mollies and smokes, but they will be going through the B tunnel. And, I mean, you could flash it, but the whole point is you want to be contact. So I imagine Frozen just trades Rain here. They're definitely aware this could be a factor. Still, the smoke on long. Dude, if Summer starts running, he's in a lot of trouble. His team hold down the line. They line up. That's awkward. Awkward indeed. Summer goes for the whole round and wins it on his own. 3 kills, that's really, you know, I mean, wider spacing, more of a bait to just trade Rain instead of entry with him, would have done that for FaZe. But they lined up, he couldn't see that player in the corner. Really awkward, look at that. 2 for 1. Hunt the AWP. Fake would have been nice, but Summer does not move. Aware, Harry.
Well, I like this. FaZe immediately try to go, okay, we're not letting them take tunnels ever again. They play with 3 players over towards the B site in this follow-up round, just to make sure Rare Atom can't run that one back. Alige with the jump hub smoke. They will go through and take Catwalk away. Now, Frozen still has the bomb outside of long. He's got to play into the round far later, and the fact he's leaning back towards B, this is feeling like a fake.
Oh, it's just a similar position, though, isn't it?
It could be another one of these CT drops. Like, you'll notice Carrigan is the one guy being left behind on short. But now they've been smoked, they've been blocked off, they don't like it. And so this is going to leave them going back into B at around about the 30-second mark, right? Will be down to the wire. However, somebody staying aggressive in middle. No nades to break open the CT smoke either. Somebody has to find success here.
Nice,
as his teammate gets melted. That will force him back over towards the doors. This leaves Summer, the only man actually in the site to contain, and somebody is wiped clean.
Beautiful. Just incredible entries. I mean, Carrigan dodges that AWP shot and then immediately corrects his aim to the CT swing. Deals with the swing. Alige out tunnels, 2 players. They've been playing backplat a lot. Every time they've uncrouched on backplat, they've been headshot by Frozen or Alige or Rain. Just dying. every time in that position, and then the mid-AWP is just trapped between Karrigan, who's walking through the smoke, and the B hit.
I think this is like the problem for Rare Atom right now is you're not going to beat FaZe by out-reading them. You don't have the familiarity, you don't have the read on Karrigan or how he's calling right now to be able to out-position your opponent. You have to go seeking for the info, right? The best round they've had so far was where they took away the upper tunnels control. Problem with that is if you show too much aggression, FaZe are going to start holding for it. They're going to play every round very, very slow in the opener and wait for those aggressive moves. And that was even what you saw in that round prior. So it's going to be hard for Rare Atom to try and, you know, snipe info at the correct times. But right now they're kind of flying blind. They're relying on intuition, and it's intuition they just don't have. Karrigan is calling rings around them, and his team are executing on the game plan flawlessly. Think about the amount of rounds you've seen end like that, where it feels like you're kind of watching a dry run. Like they're not even really getting shot back at. These rounds are ending so clinically. And Rare Atom just haven't been able to disrupt that yet.
Yeah. Oh, it's a one tap.
So I think, you know, expect more aggression. Expect more aggression to come for Rare Atom. It's going to be about when and where they place it. Double AWP is a nice change to consider as well, just something new. They've lobbed in the long util for a long take. But FaZe have lent strong over towards B straight off the rip. This is just a call out of spawn from Karrigan. Right in a summer they go. That second AWP delivers the opening. And the rest of FaZe don't follow through. They've learnt about that double AWP now.
All right, 5v3. Finally a chance for Rare Atom to take a convincing round. But also a chance for FaZe to do something.
Oh, but this is good. They're not sitting back. They're not sitting back in the 5-on-3. They're still being active. They're still making moves. Aggression through the catwalk on 2 while they've grouped in mid to fight FaZe Clan here. That's a lot of damage from Frozen. The short player's only just arriving. The timing's a little off here on this push back in. Will they be able to make up for it? Yes, they will. Lee Hang holds on and secures that for Rare Atom. You're going to have to see a lot of stuff like this, right? Even in a 5-on-3, you can't get too comfortable. You can't sit back. You've got to stay light on your feet. And so it's good that Rare Atom are having that realization because there's still CT rounds to play and they can still sweeten the deal on this scoreline.
Yeah, I like the adjustment of the AWP playing B. When they had the double AWP last round, they had one mid and one on the long cross, right? And so we just saw the double crisscross smokes in mid negate the AWP. And every time, as I said, Lee Hang's been getting, or whoever has been getting tapped out at the back of B plat. So AWP is far better gun for the job there. Rare Atom got one, but they immediately lose an entry to Brokey's long spawn. FaZe don't commit with that either. They go back to cat control. Got tunnels on the push. Won't be happening with Summer's AWP in position. But at least Rare Atom can hopefully rely on this AWP and play 3 strong on A.
I mean, this is like the downside to your best way of problem solving the FaZe issue.
Oh,
and that's, you know, with the need of aggression comes the risk of losing players early. Lee Hang learns that the hard way.
Oh, great nade. He burns because he got HE'd inside of it. Couldn't run. And they're panicking B, but while that bomb's out mid, FaZe aren't really in a position to rush that B bomb site. They're going to try kill rotations before they make up their mind. Leech has to go huge here. He's got the bomb inside of the smoke. Kills the B player. Nice push for Kaze, but it might be too little. It might be too late. Kaze no-scopes him coming through the smoke. And Karrigan, they knew exactly where he was. They read it well. He's come running with the flash. Finds that AWP. Got to piece it together now. Child King back in the spawn. Karrigan needs the kill. He's going to get it. Spray down for Karrigan. 1v2 clutch. Keeps FaZe up in the lead.
It's mad. That's Child King with, you know, hot hands. He's already double killed in the round. He's feeling it, and Karrigan makes it look easy, winning that 1v2. Styles on Kaze with the flash.
Sick flash, yeah.
Really, really good. Makes life easy for himself in the first fight. It was just a perfect util round out of Karrigan, and then he finishes it off with the right read. Karrigan's aim has actually looked great all series long, but that round highlights the depth of his brain for the game. You know, he had the read on the player at back plat, nails Summer with util, perfect flash in mid to get Kaze off the angle, and then It anticipates the likely reposition of Child King for the final fight. Now, Kaze feels like he's owed a round win. Donning this AWP again. Yeah. He tries to throw himself into a fight early at short, hoping to be the difference maker, but it sails on past instead. First kill found over here at long, but it's instantly traded. That was bomb spotted. Kaze walks into his death with Brokey already on the line, and this round is so far gone already for Rare Atom. Rain has even made it past the CT player, and now is ready to lock down these players as they try to set up to retake. There should be no winning this for Rare Atom. FaZe about to storm the board on this T side. As only Child King left standing, he's made a convincing case on these first few fights, but how much further can Child King really take this? Boxed in, they're up behind him, Carrigan in the front, and FaZe lock him out of that 1v4.
FaZe is looking lights out right now, not really making any mistakes of note. Individuals hitting hard, Carrigan fragging up a Storm. B entries as well have been beautiful for a Legion Frozen, and they've got themselves in some cheeky positions. It's got to feel like, I mean, Rare Atom haven't even looked frustrated on the cams. I'm seeing them die and like laugh it off and look at their coach like, what the hell can I do, right? We're getting one tap and just getting destroyed. How the hell do we win this? How do we get past this? A 9-3 first half with a competitive map in their pocket. Looking like a road to victory for FaZe. Oh, again, just a burst shot for Carrigan. Really been on point today. Felt like Child King was actually feeling it to win that, but Carrigan still different right now. Rare Atom creep out long at the pistol. A similar look for FaZe as to Rare Atom's pistol, fighting mid and cat together.
Oh, Carrigan's already piecing it together right now. He's walked back from the double mid start. The fact that Rain has a smoke on B as well kind of makes you feel better about leaving him solo on that side of the map. And now Carrigan's got that spot. Knows that Rare Atom are heavy on the long side. Elige takes position. Oh, there's one. Quick reload for Elige. Fresh mag in. He's got a point to prove. Rare Atom try to close the gap. They will get into the site. They will get this bomb planted. Elige on the jump. Nice try. Ooh. It's Carrigan with a clean tap on a somebody. I want to see how many more Carrigan can get. He's feeling pretty locked in, pretty fired up. Rain tapping away in the site, and Rain will finish the job.
Just sleek, easy for FaZe. You know exactly what's going on. You're playing for mid control and lower, and you have a smoke ready at B, and nothing is seen in 20 seconds. You know they're out long, flash or not. So great control as FaZe go in together for the retake. It's going to be a quick day in the office for FaZe. A reassuring victory, perhaps, after falling to Astralis on day one, coming in rusty. They defeat Pain in 2 maps, getting revenge from Blast at the start of the year in an online game there. Now they come through against Rare Atom and haven't yet broken a sweat, at least on Dust.
And I think even the way that this round's being played right now, it's a fairly casual demeanor from FaZe Clan, right? It feels like they've been given a degree of freedom to just go and fight. There was not like some crazy setup here when Elige is swinging short. It's not like he had teammates nearby to help him. He's just brimming with confidence.
Yeah, these are kind of situations where karrigan doesn't need to call anything because he has reliable players, you're playing well, you're in the lead.
I also just think about how hard they're winning. Like,
Yeah.
they can feel the kind of disparity between them and Rare Atom on this map. And so I feel like, yeah, usually you're very locked in this round. It's like, we cannot lose the anti-eco, but this one's had a lot of freedom to it.
Yeah, let him off the leash. Everyone's playing
Tell the
great.
gang, like, yeah, just go farm up, make your plays. And Elige been doing that all game long.
Yeah, especially on Ancient, was just a monster.
A little more expensive here, but it's still cleaned up nicely.
No bother. And that was a force. Rare Atom, last time they ecoed in the first map, with obviously more rounds on their first half, but it does leave them with kind of no full buy unless they eco now, which is a bit of a crazy situation to be in. I'd still like to see them eco to at least play a gun round, but doesn't look like that's the case. Feeling desperate. Bought in again.
I think the other thing, like, for Rare Atom, having Dust2 as one of your slightly weaker maps, I actually think is fine. A lot of top teams don't like picking into Dust2 in a series, right? Like, I think FaZe are one of the crazier crews that would. But yeah, you've certainly felt like how different this map has felt to Ancient. You can kind of just see the comfortability for FaZe and the lack of it for Rare Atom. Their reactions after the karrigan CT drop round I found particularly entertaining. They seemed very shocked that's what he'd done. But for karrigan, that's just another game on Dust2.
Counter-terrorists win.
Right, so FaZe have got 9 chances to close this out.
Yeah, bit of, yeah, it's over. Don't want to be that guy, but it is over.
No,
If they ecoed for a rifle
yeah.
round, I'd be like, okay, they have a chance, but dude, they're forcing again. Like, obviously they have to, but they forced twice in a row. Now their buy is really poor. Couple of rifles, I guess. It's more of a matter of time for FaZe. B-rush.
No on B. Now people B. They're getting there just barely in time.
Yeah, not
if
even.
you can call it that. Frozen
Still fine.
doesn't care for the timings. All the better to shoot you with. As he spams away, he's done a lot of damage to it. Oh, even the follow-up dink. That is lights out from Frozen. And it will all come unraveled at the first time of asking. FaZe had 9 chances to take this one over the line. They'll do it instantly. Domination on Dust2 from FaZe Clan underpins what otherwise was a fairly close series. Ancient very back and forth, hanging in the balance. FaZe barely taking that over the line, but by the time their pick rolls around, it is no contest.